What to do, people? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of Knowdatsportspodcast, sponsored by Highlight Commodity. Y'all know what the P doing, man. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. We ain't got number 2 game left for the Super Bowl. So you know what the episode about. AFC and the NFC championship game. Hey, man, who going to the Super Bowl, man? Championship round picks, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on. It's your boy Moore Drive. We got 4 teams there, man. We got down to the nitty-gritty. Representing the NFC and the AFC. Representing the NFC in the championship game. The first game on Sunday. The San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. This going to be a real good one, people. Now, for real. This one going to be shaking it. I really think this one going to be shaking it. The Eagles been the best team or the team with the best record in the NFC all year. But they playing the second best team in the AFC. I'm sorry, the NFC all year, the 49ers. I think the 49ers done won like what, 10, 11 straight or some shit like that, 11 straight, I believe. I believe this will be their first time playing on the road since, what the fuck? I think the 1st of January was some shit. I think they first time playing on the road since the 1st of January. The 49ers. With their quarterback that they call Mr. Irrelevant. The last pick in the draft. Where the odds stacked up. Before we get into the numbers. The 49ers should lose this game to the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, they ain't played since, I believe their first road game within about a month or maybe 2 months or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But they ain't been on the road in a minute. They ain't at their house in a minute. It's going to be loud in Philadelphia. Philadelphia just came off a blowout win against the Giants. And 49ers just came off a dominating defensive win against the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said before we get into the numbers, you want to know who I like straight up? Because these teams are very evenly matched. I just think the two things that separate them is the quarterback and the coach. When I mean quarterback, I think Jalen Hurts better than Brock Purdy. I think that's his name, Brock Purdy, whatever his name. I don't want to disrespect his name. But I'm going to call him Mr. Irrelevant because there were a lot of folk calling him. But I believe the 49ers coaching staff is better than the Philadelphia coaching staff. I know they got way more experience anyway. But with that being said, I got the 49ers to come up there and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I really think the 49ers defense can come up there and cause them folks a problem. The reason why I say that, because I go back to previous year. You say all year, certain teams that they played, how they messed up, and how it looked. For example, Philadelphia played the Dallas Cowboys. Even though that's a division game. When the Cowboys played Philadelphia 2 times this year, one time Cowboys I think they put up like 17 points or something like that. I think in 49, the Eagles put up like 24. Put up 24. Cowboys put up 17 points with a backup quarterback. Philadelphia had a whole star 5, or their whole star unit. I think they scored 24 points on their Cowboy defense. When San Francisco played the Cowboys one time this year, with 49 gave up 12 points to the Cowboys. I'm gonna say 13, but the man missed extra points, so I say 12. That point they scored. They gave up 12 points against the Cowboys starting offense. When the Eagles met the Cowboys, with the Cowboy whole starting offense, the Cowboy put up 40. Put about 40 points on them for 38, 40 points on the Eagles. Starting defense. Jalen Hurts didn't play, but they got their defense gave up 40 some points to Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, that same starting offense, couldn't score number 12 points against the 49ers last week. With that being said, I expect the 49ers defense to come to this party. I expect the 49ers defense to show the Philadelphia Eagles something they ain't seen all year. A team that coming with physicality, speed, and hit you dead in the mouth on the defense side of the ball. I expect the 49ers to come do that. Like I said, they gave up 40-some points to Dak Prescott. That defense gave us 40-some points to Dak Prescott. I can see them getting up at least 20-some to the 49ers offense. I don't believe the Philadelphia Eagles offense will move the ball like they want to against the 49ers defense. I don't think the 49ers offense gonna move the ball like they want to against the Philadelphia Eagles defense. But I do believe you can run the ball on the Philadelphia Eagles defense. And then we got the coaching staff come in and what I say the coaching staff win on the 49ers side. Kyle Shanahan finna come in with a game plan and run the football, try to keep Jalen Hurts them off the field, and time possession and run the clock. I'm saying work the clock. I don't think he's gonna put Brock Purdy in bad predicaments. They're gonna keep Brock Purdy. He the best way he can, and I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it with what they got around Brock Purdy, with the weapon they got on offense and the way they play on defense. Man, he ain't got to do too much. Come out and run the ball, make the Eagles match the 49ers physicality. Can the Eagles match that is the question. I don't think they can because they ain't seen nothing like that all year. I don't think they'll be able to match their physicality. So, at the end of the day, I believe that defense will make, the 49 defense will make Jalen Hurts make that mistake. And the 49 offense will be in a good scheme, good enough for Brock Purdy don't make that mistake. So, straight up, I like the 49ers to win the game, to go down to Philadelphia and get a win and beat them with Brock Purdy. Next question is, if Philadelphia do never give the 49ers 2.5 points, that's easy for me. I got a 49 to go win the game. Got a 49 to go down there and out physical the Eagles on both sides of the ball and pull the game out. So, in my words, and where I come from, we call that appreciate you, Philadelphia. I like the 49ers to win the game with or without the point. But since you're getting with 2.5, I sure appreciate that. But they want to know if it's over. The over-under is 46. To be truthful, I'm going to say under for this right here. I'm going to say under. Reason why I say under, because I don't see the 49ers defense getting up no 20 points. I don't see the 49ers defense getting up 20 points. The Eagles might put up about 17. I see them putting up about 17. I see them putting up about 17. I say 17 points. Maybe 20. I don't see you got that the 49ers scoring up about 24. I'm saying I don't see them running up the scoreboard out there. They scored up 19, get the Cowboys. I don't see them scoring up about 24. Like I said, I think it was time possession. I'm looking at Kyle Shanahan come out there with the time possession, work the clock, run the ball, with cash right the backfield. He gonna have a lot of favorite matchups because the Eagles like playing man-to-man coverage. And you like playing the man-to-man coverage, that means you got one-on-one out there with killers. Eat that. I'm saying my killers eat that. So I say under on the 46. I say that too many points. Under on the 46. I say appreciate you for the 2.5 points of the Eagles again, the 49. I like the 49 to win the game. I'll take the 49 to win the game, and I'll take the 2.5 points. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Next game up the back. Damn, another good one that I believe. Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm talking about time to shake it, people. Time to goddamn shake it. I feel like this would be a good matchup, a wonderful, great matchup too. Cincinnati done beat Kansas City 3 out of the last 3 straight games. I ain't gonna say 3 out of the last 3 straight games done beat on Kansas City Chiefs. Cincinnati had. Patrick Mahomes he got injured last week with an ankle injury. I believe he's gonna be better. I ain't even worried about the ankle injury no more. I believe he gonna play. I know he's gonna play. I ain't gonna say I believe he's gonna play. I know he's gonna play. But I believe he's gonna be effective too. I believe he'll get up out there. Patrick Mahomes bad boy now. He'll get up out there. I don't believe the ankle injury was gonna hold him back or hold Kansas City back. But I do believe Kansas City can't keep up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, I said it. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs, the high-powered offense of Kansas City Chiefs, cannot keep up with the Cincinnati Bengals. So with that being said, that tell you that I got Cincinnati and Joe Burrow, them to come win the game. I know Cincinnati got them hurting the offensive line. I know they hurt bad at the offensive line. I think 3 of the starters hurt or whatever. They might have 5 different starters out there when it boiled down to it. Ain't no telling. I know Kansas City is second in the league in sacks or some shit. I think they're second or third in the league in sacks. But I do know Joe Burrow did the same thing last year with a bang of offensive line. He was sacked more than anybody in the league last year. And they beat Kansas City then with the offensive line being shaky. In the AFC Championship game, in Kansas City, just like it was last season. Called a deja vu. And the Kansas City Chiefs had Tyreek Hill. They don't have him this time. I think Cincinnati got the better team, man. I think Cincinnati got a better team, and I believe Cincinnati got Patrick Mahomes them number. Like I said, they done beat him 3 straight times. When it boiled down to when the motherfucker got your number, they just got your number. It's simple math. You can't mojo shake that. So I take Cincinnati straight up in the game. I like Cincinnati to win the game. Like I just said, I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs can keep up. With that being said, the Kansas City Chiefs are favored. I'm not surprised if they're not favored. I mean, they're favored. They let me know that Patrick Mahomes' ankle is all the way right. It ain't no gonna be a problem, period. Because the spread not changed, I think 3 times. At first, they were giving Kansas City 2.5. I think early in the week, or that was Sunday or whatever. By Tuesday, went down to 1.5. By Tuesday, went down to 1.5 to Cincinnati. Now it's at 1 favorite on Kansas City. They're telling Patrick Mahomes gonna play. Telling Patrick Mahomes can do everything he's been doing, being mobile, run around, get to the corners, go to get some open windows, and play ball. But I still like Cincinnati to win the game. So I say, appreciate you where I come from to the Chiefs with the 1 point. They don't really need it. They're going to beat you without the 1. But I like the 1 point that you get in Cincinnati. And I'll take that. I think Cincinnati, like I said, I think Cincinnati is a problem for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I believe in for 3 reasons. 1 reason, they balance. You got to pick your move with them folks. You going to stop mixing or you going to start them passing? I think on Eric, I don't know Kansas City on defense coordinator name, so I ain't going to say his name. I know it started with a lad that started with S. He can't match up with the Cincinnati Bengals offense at all. You know what I'm saying? If you don't bring an 8-man out in the ball to start the run, they can run the ball straight on him. If you do bring him down there, it's time to go up T. It's time to go up top with Chase. They ain't got nobody to stop Chase. Chase Higgins or that other guy. Tight end solid. They the same. Cincinnati is almost the same as Kansas City was when they had Tyreek Hill. Only thing different is Cincinnati can run the football. And they will run the football. Kansas City ain't got Tyreek Hill no more. They ain't got nothing but your boy Kelsey. But he ain't good. Him Patrick Mahomes ain't good enough to beat the balance of Cincinnati. I don't think they is. And the last 3 games done showed me that they ain't. They beat them this year. They beat them 2 times last year. The 2 times they beat them last year, they had Tyreek Hill. This time they beat them this year, they ain't had Tyreek Hill. Still beat them. Cincinnati playing on a mission, man. I ain't lying. Cincinnati playing on a mission. In my eyes, Cincinnati playing on a mission. I got Cincinnati go out there and beat Kansas City. Straight up, and with the 1 point they gained. 47.5, the over and under. The 1 point, my bad. The 1 point that Kansas City gained on Cincinnati. I say appreciate you. But over under 47.5. I say both teams got scored with 20. I say both of them scored 20. I give you that. I say both of them scored 20. So I say some 28-20 over. It might be 30-20. She fucking with Cincinnati. Might be 30-20. Might be 28-30. You know what I'm saying? It might be something like that. But 28-29 or something like that. I mean, 28. It might be 28-29. It might be 28-31. But I say over, up the scope. On the 37.5, up the scope. Chiefs getting away 1 point to Cincinnati. Cincinnati say, appreciate that. I take them 1 point. And I take out that Cincinnati straight up with the money line. I just think they better than the Kansas City Chiefs. And even though they done did something to the man, ankle should be all right. Shit. It ain't 100. It might be 85. It might be 75. It ain't 100. And he didn't beat him when both of them was 100. So anyone here, I think he can beat him now. But I like Joe Cool and the Cincinnati Bengals. So, to recap what I just had going on, but it's going to be a really short show. Ain't number 2 teams. I ain't really getting into nothing else but these 2 teams. I'll get a lot more next week in the Super Bowl because he number 1 game playing. But I got Cincinnati, the coach. I got Cincinnati to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs would not cover them 1 point that they gained, the Cincinnati Bengals. Over and under, 47.5, up the score on that game. San Francisco, Philadelphia. I'd like the 49 to win that game. Over and under 46. I say under. That it's gonna be a hit in the mouth game, real defensive minded game, real hit in the mouth game. Slow down pace game. The Eagles getting 49 to 2.5. The Eagles on the 49 say appreciate you for them 2.5. So right now, my prediction is I got a 49er Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl. Nah, for real. That should be pretty good. If it fall the way I feel it gonna fall, I got a 49er Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl. Hey, man, I'm going to let y'all folk go, man. I appreciate y'all folk tuning in. It's your boy Moore Drive, man. I represent Know That Sport to the fullest. I know this is a short show. I usually got that sport the whole black in one show. Hell no. I ain't never smoke half of my boat. But I appreciate y'all, man. Same bad time, same bad channel. And I'm off for here now. Same bad time, same bad channel, man. Know That Sport Podcast. It's sponsored by Highlight Commodity on all podcast platforms, wherever y'all view podcasts at, wherever y'all listen to your podcasts at. And I'm on YouTube. I'm saying just go to YouTube, type in Know That Sports, search Know That Sports. Subscribe, man, cut your notification on, man. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got that search for me. I'll let you know what the P doing it all the time. I appreciate y'all. Same bad time, same bad channel. Know that if you don't know nothing else. Shaking it.